Summer here, people are making large online purchases for items like travel, graduation gifts, or even home improvement projects. But an increase in online shopping can also make us more susceptible to online scams. So here to help us identify and protect ourselves from 4 of the most common online scams, we have financial educator and the founder of MyFab Finance, Tanya Rapley. Tanya, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
A very important topic here. So how can we identify a suspicious invoice?
Absolutely. A very important topic. We work hard for our money. We want to protect it. So with an invoice scam, usually you're going to get an invoice with an alarming message attached, such as you have an overdue payment or a past due balance, or that you must pay now. And it's important for you to examine that email that it's coming from before you actually send any money or anything like that, or before you take any action, as well as determine if you have any past history with that seller. So with the email address, there's usually going to be a small variance that tips you off that this could be a fraudulent email address. And then if you don't have any past history with the seller, such as you've never done business with them before, then you know it's a scam.
Okay, so here's another one. What are peer-to-peer scams?
Yep. So scams are evolving just as our purchasing habits are evolving. Peer-to-peer purchasing is when you send money to someone, maybe from your phone or whether from an app or something like that, or they send money to you. So a peer-to-peer scam is when you receive a suspicious payment request from an unexpected person or unexpected request. And so if you get one of those, you want to make sure that, of course, you don't send the money. And if you're using something like PayPal, you can actually report that transaction, because PayPal monitors your transactions 24/7 for fraud monitoring, as well as they use advanced encryption and protection services that protect you from start to finish, such as passwordless login and biometric login options.
Okay, so here's one we have heard a little more about, phishing scams. How do these work?
Yeah, it's almost a classic at this point. So a phishing scam is basically they're casting a link out there or email out there to a wide group of people, and they're hoping that someone bites. With that, you don't want to provide them with any secure information, such as your password or account number, because they can use that information or they can actually resell it. Don't click any links. If it seems like it came from PayPal, then you can forward that to PayPal and they'll investigate it, since they monitor fraud 24/7. But if you don't expect to receive an email from someone, or if it looks suspicious, do not click links. Do not provide them with any information, even if the name is familiar.
Okay. How can we protect ourselves from commerce scams while we are doing some shopping online?
Yeah, I don't know about you, Susan, but I shop online a lot. And so I often see things sometimes where it seems almost too good to be true because the price is so low. And that's actually a common trick used by commerce scammers, where you'll purchase an item at a really low price, but they either don't send the item or it arrives differently as expected. So when you're purchasing online, you want to make sure that you're using secure purchase portals that are protecting your information, your account details, your name, your email address, as well as providing tracking information. And if you're using PayPal to check out, they offer a payment protection program that covers eligible payments and your purchases.
Oh, that is great. Okay, so Tanya, if we want to see these helpful tips again and maybe find out more information on how to protect ourselves, where's a good place to start?
Yeah, PayPal has set up a link. It's newsroom.paypal-corp.com/trust, and you can find out more information there.
Tanya, great resources, great information for us today. Thanks for sharing them with us on Studio 3.
Absolutely.
And I feel like scammers are getting more aggressive and trickier, more deceiving now, because I mean, we hear it all the time. We report on them all the time on the news, where someone has gotten scammed out of thousands of dollars. And it kind of goes back to, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Be extra careful.
And it's easy to do. I mean, a lot of these emails that you get look legitimate, but you have to look for some of the smallest little things, whether it's the web address or maybe some of the language that they're using. And it's one of those things too, like you said, just trust your gut. And if you're unsure about it, if you think, I'm not sure if it's from this company or not, just call them, right? You know what I mean? Verify that information. And I was saying too, credit card companies are great about detecting that stuff. But I did say too, How many times have you been going on a vacation, though, and you get to that vacation and you're using your card, and then your company is like, oh, we put a hold on it for you. And it's like, no, wait, but it's actually me. So that's the other thing. I mean, it's not a scam, right? But make sure if you are going
maybe let them
to
know,
some destination, call your bank ahead of time.
Extra protective of your account. But yeah, it also helps to have maybe another family member look it over too. If you get a document in the mail and you're not sure about it, you know, have someone else in the household look at it, or a relative or a close neighbor, because the more eyes you can get on it, the people you trust, then you can kind of rule out, okay, this is definitely a scam as well.
Yep. All good advice, though, and in the long run, it's going to save you a lot of money that otherwise you might be out. And sadly, a lot of times we see with these cases, sometimes people never get their money back.
That is true, so be careful. Hey, up next, one of the nation's top